Well, hey everybody, and welcome to day 6 of the 2023 Eric's Trains Christmas Bonanza. 8 videos in 8 days, starting on Christmas Day and ending with a live show at 12 noon Eastern on New Year's Day. So yeah, it's day 6. It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta, although it is very cold. And we are on our way over to the train store, Legacy Station in Lilburn, Georgia, to pick up a surprise new arrival. So yesterday, Brian at Legacy Station texted me and he said, you know, we had some MTH Shays that just showed up and one of them's got your name on it. So yeah, that'll be a nice surprise. Get something I wasn't expecting and a Shay to boot, which is very cool. I don't have any MTH Shays in my collection, so this will be a first. I do have some Lionel Shays, but the MTH Shay I'm sure will be amazing. I'm surprised I was able to say that in one take. MTH Shay sure should be amazing. Anyway, so, you know, a lot of times people ask me if I film these Christmas Bonanza videos in advance, and I'll tell you that I don't typically. I'm lucky if maybe I can get one filmed in advance. I think the day 1 video was filmed. I finished that a day or two before it was released. But the other days I film the day of, which I think Lisa can vouch for me is very exhausting. To put out a video in one day, to film and edit and upload a video in one day. It takes a lot of work. And so that's why a lot of times I don't do, you know, more fancy items. Like for instance, I know a lot of people are waiting for me to do the review for Strasbourg 90. Well, I'm in the process of filming it, but that's a much longer video that's taking quite a while to edit and everything. And so it's not something I can just throw together in one day. So although I'd like to get the 90 video out during the Bonanza, most likely it's probably going to be the first week of January. And a big reason, well, there's a couple reasons I don't film these in advance. Number one is because I sort of want them to be topical, and if I filmed it a month or two in advance, you know, it might lose some of its relevancy and not be very topical. The other thing is that I'm already very busy trying to put out 1 to 2 videos a week during the rest of the year, and so to set aside time to film videos that won't be released for a month or so, I just don't have time to do it. And so it's kind of a trap where you get stuck in making the videos the day of. And so it's very exhausting, but it's also very fun. And it's fun to see everyone enjoying the videos and enjoying the Bonanza in general. And so that's why I keep doing it. You know, and also by doing it the day of, it allows me to do on-the-spot things like going to the train store to pick up a new arrival, which I didn't know about 48 hours ago. So yeah, there's definitely pros and cons to filming these things the day of, but overall I think it's a good thing and it makes for a more enjoyable Bonanza, and that's the most important thing. Anyway, I'd be lying if I said I felt great right now. Lisa too. We're both kind of sick this week. Lisa tested positive for COVID. I did not, but we both have the same symptoms. And so for that reason, we started taking the Paxlovid COVID medication, the antivirals. And the medication does work. And if you've got COVID, I would definitely recommend taking it. It does make you feel better. But there are a couple side effects that you have to deal with that are a bit unpleasant. The worst of which is that you get this really bad, bitter, metallic taste in your mouth all day, and it's just disgusting. And so for that reason, we've got plenty of chewing gum, and we've also got suckers on hand to mitigate the bitter taste, because it is just foul. It's better than having full-blown COVID or whatever we have. So I'm glad we're taking the medication. But because she tested positive and I'm sick as well, we're not going to go inside the train store because I don't want to transmit what we've got to anybody else. And so we're going to do sort of a hands-free handoff. When we get to the train store, I'll let Brian know and he'll come out and pass me the Shay. We'll get back in the car and then we'll head back home, unbox it, and run it on the way out. So yeah, I'm really excited. I was not expecting to get a new train this week. I thought they'd all arrived, certainly from Lionel, because Lionel shipped about 8 million new trains in the last month. And I think they're done for now, thankfully. My wallet is thankful, but they did a lot of damage in the last month to my wallet, that's for sure. They got me eating ramen noodles. But MTH is shipping something too, and we got the new Shay. I'm really excited to see it. Again, was not expecting it, so as soon as we get to the train store, we'll grab the Shay, get home, and check it out. All right, Brian, put the train down. Just put it down and back away nice and slowly. No funny business. All right, we got the Shay home, so let's get it out of the box. Now, it seems that every time I make a video about an MTH product lately, someone in the comments section will say, hey, I thought MTH went out of business. And I guess maybe they've been out of the loop for a while, but no, MTH did not go out of business. Their future was uncertain for a little bit when Mike Wolf decided he wanted to retire. But Rich Foster has taken over and they are still making trains. Now, they're not making them at the same level that they used to be. They're not putting out big catalogs anymore, but they are giving us a steady stream of locomotives and rolling stock. And they're actually making upgrades to the locomotives. They're adding whistle steam to almost every new locomotive, if not every new locomotive. So there's the box tag, 4-truck Shay steam engine, and this is the West Virginia Pulp and Paper Company version. It's got Protosound 3 and all the features you'd expect, but most importantly, they've added the steaming quillable whistle. Very cool. It's a pretty long box, but then again, it is a 4-truck Shay, so. All right. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty long, so getting this thing out of the box is going to be a challenge. See if I can do it without breaking it. Oop. Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. That is a big sucker. That's awesome. Man, this thing weighs a ton. We'll have to get this on the scales and see what it comes in at, but yeah. This thing's amazing. I'm going to flip it over to the other side. All right, yeah, and there's the business side of the Shay. Boy, this thing is no joke. I mean, handling this thing is kind of precarious. So before my arm gives out, let's get this thing on the track. And here it is. Man, this thing looks sweet. You know, off camera, I powered it up and ran it around for just a second, and it's amazing. I am thoroughly impressed with this thing. Now, for those of you who may not know, a Shay is a type of geared steam locomotive. That's what all this stuff here is for. And a geared locomotive is more easily able to go uphill and downhill and stuff like that. And so for that reason, historically, these things were used for logging operations and for paper mills and stuff like that. Most steam locomotives that you see have a direct drive system rather than a geared system, but the geared system makes it easier to go up and down hills. Now, when a geared locomotive like a Shay is moving down the rails, you'll notice the gearing mechanisms here moving like crazy, and yet the wheels will be moving relatively slowly compared to the gearing mechanisms. And that's kind of like on a bicycle. If you've ever had a 10-speed bicycle or something like that, if you want to go uphill, you put it into a low gear, which means you're pedaling really fast, but the actual wheels on the bicycle are moving slowly. Well, it's kind of the same thing here. The gear is moving really fast because it's easy to move that fast, and yet the wheels are moving relatively slowly, which makes it easier to get up or down the hill. Anyway, let's get some quick stats on this. Now, the minimum curve is 0.72, so you're going to have pretty wide curves to run this thing. The length is, about 19 3/4 inches. And let's see if we can weigh this thing. Yeah, these two halves are not really meant to come apart. There's a tether between the two, but they're also semi-permanently coupled with the drawbar. So I'm going to bring over this 2x4, and then we'll tear it out. And now let's see. Wow, 8 pounds, 4.3 ounces. That's pretty darn heavy for something this size. This thing is all metal. I think plastic is kind of an endangered species on this Shay. All right, so we're going to end this video by starting it up and taking it for a spin. If you want to get one of these for yourself, I believe the retail price on the 4-truck Shay is right at $1,400. There's also a 3-truck variant, and they also made some matching skeleton cars to go with them. And of course, if you go through a good MTH dealer, you'll likely be able to get a little bit of a discount off those full retail prices. And as always, if you're looking for a good MTH dealer and a good train store, try my favorite train store, which is Legacy Station. You can find them on the web at legacystation.com or give them a call at 770-339-7780. Anyway, that's going to do it for day 6. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Eric Siegel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 7.
We've got a schedule to keep. Let's get our team. Bring that spout over. Okay, that's enough. Don't go up those side rods, will you? Looks good. Plenty of steam.
So not only does this have the whistle steam effect, but the whistle sounds incredible. Check it out. And here's the bell. And now let's take it for a spin.
Make sure we have a full load of dry sand.
I want to blow her down now. Clear?
Clear.
Take care. See you soon.